10 seconds remaining.
Welcome back, guys. We're here and we're ready. As I press the button to get ourselves into game number 3. Wings Gaming against Complexity. It's 1 apiece so far. coL won game number 1. Wings took game number 2. Gareth in the JD Studios here in Berlin, and we're taking you through ESL One Manila 2016. A lovely co-caster Moppax joining me as well as game number 2. A little bit of a change up in the drafting style here from both teams. It's a little.
Yeah, just barely. Joining us once more will be the Invoker. Wings Gaming. A hero that they always tend to prioritize. They love it. Bring it on all the time. They're like, yeah, let's just pick Invoker again. For a good reason. I'm playing it pretty well. Mid lane didn't go like the best that game, especially considering they had the bounty, but it's an Invoker, so always going to be relevant throughout the whole game. Target for all those stuns and everything. Provides a little bit of space for the rest of your cores in those fights, and if you don't bring him down with the initial stun, he unleashes all hell. You get into trouble. But there's that mix-up you're talking about, the fact that the bounty hunter is banned out, the Nature's Prophet got banned out instead of this tiny Earth Spirit, and so Complexity will be snagging that up. See if they want to pick up their mid now as well.
Phantom Lance of the puck, something along those lines. Up against that Oka. What else could we look at here? Lion in the first phase is relatively uncommon. Could aim towards that one if they really wanted to, but even a Swindle's hero, the Beastmaster at an early stage wouldn't be awful. We have seen Complexity Pass though run the Darkseer Earth Spirit combo. They have that as like a dual lane from time to time. You know, Darkseer applies pressure on the bot lane, Earth Spirit rolls in, you find kills off lane and mid. See your little lads. Faceless Void though. Darkseer is Swindle's hero.
Yeah, it might be that Wings do pick the Oracle as well, so I don't. And then like they will take it first phase if it's going to be a counter. Potentially be dissuading them. Yeah, the Faceless Void. So go for the off lane pick here. It makes sense when you think about it. Like going into, you have the Earth Spirit, like you have the pressure in the mid lane. Yeah, the onus in this case isn't really on you to have like a safer mid laner. So you can kind of hold off. It can be either the Puck, it could be the Queen of Pain, it could be still that PL as well. Wings heading into this Invoker. This is the Lone Druid. So this is their favorite 1-2, I would say, out of all their drafts. Going into the Lone Druid, the Invoker, and all kinds of different strategies doing this. I've seen. I think this is when they did support Necro. Yeah, it was support Necro with the Lycan. They actually used. And I just ran at towers. It's a couple nifty little strats, but this is pretty much like their dream scenario as far as what I've seen from their like Radiant side games.
10 seconds remaining.
Druid Invoker. Ban out, even ban the Beastmaster there through Complexity. Don't want to give away that off lane hero with little boars, because you know you're going to be running this dual lane towards your safe lane. Now, heroes left still out there. The OD has kind of been ignored this series, but definitely could be picked up again here, or definitely could be picked here for coL with the Faceless Void Chrono combination, as well as it being pretty good against the Lone Druid. But Wings prioritized the PL ban. How well that did against the Invoker in game number 1. A little bit worried about how it'll do in this game as well.
This is boding pretty well for because this means that you can head into your Puck once more for Limp. It's one of his best heroes, signature when he came into the field. Synergizes fairly well with the Faceless Void, and maybe not actually, because you're lacking a lot of damage. Maybe you leave it to help out.
Team pick.
Very quick Crystal Maiden pickup there after banning the Shadow Shaman. Gonna be Hanskin on that one, the 5-roll Crystal Maiden, just jungle a little bit until like level 2 or 3. Come back out onto the lane to help your safe laner. Earth Spirit's going to be roaming around looking for the mid kills. So we want an active hero for Limp here, right? Something that can output damage and jump onto the Invoker once Earth Spirit rolls in.
10 seconds remaining.
I feel like it'll be Queen. I don't think Puck has enough damage to contribute. Then you're saying look at the Lone Druid and you're wondering if you have to go for Spirit or something like that. At least for somebody on the squad. And the other question is, you've already committed to a Faceless Void and an Earth Spirit, so now you've got the issue of trying to beat the Lone Druid. Like, that was one of the more classic ways we saw people deal with... okay, so it's going to be a Wind Ranger then. Okay, so my brain's just like... It was typically like you had to beat the Lone Druid to the Radiance, right? You had to like rush down those towers, make it so that when you finally got it, things went bad. But you opened up with an Earth Spirit and a Faceless Void. That option's kind of gone for you. Instead, you have to look towards like minus armor strategies or something, some physical damage to actually kill this bear. Because right now, you don't have heroes to kill this bear.
Or just the.
I don't even know if OD's good. Is it OD good enough? You think?
I think OD is good enough, and it also gives you leeway to move it from safe lane or. Because Limp and Chess, you can both play with that hero. And OD against Invoker is pretty damn good with the Earth Spirit helping out. It's also pretty damn good safe lane zoning out the off laner. Leave your options open, I think, with an OD4
10
pick
seconds remaining.
out here. And you've got the Crystal Aura as
5
well.
seconds
There's just
remaining.
so much mana regen coming out of these heroes. Crystal Maiden, we often saw like
Reserve
Clink's
time.
picks or heroes that are very reliant on that mana aura, on the arcane aura. Are there any other heroes that come to mind that really rely on that? Juggernaut mid is one that comes to mind, but with a double melee, Earth Spirit and Faceless Void already set up here, maybe it's a little bit awkward to run that one. Sure.
Other than like Alchemist, you know, that was one of the best ones. Non-stop acid spray spam. Anyone with that kind of spam, like the PL, would have been fantastic, obviously. But anyone that loves just like Lena's pretty sick. We have the CM too. So, spamming non-stop Dragon Slaves. I would expect that here. I don't think it's very good with the Wind Ranger.
Gaming. And another one of those heroes that has kind of been ignored this series. Left to the wayside, at least for now. The Radiant side, so Chen Lion, it's a pretty good combo. You can pair up with a Lone Druid and Invoker to have the Bear and the Fortress and all that thrown out.
Oh,
Radiant
they're gonna
team
Veno
pick.
now.
They're going to Veno.
I think so. Thought would be that like they love this Venomancer. Something that Wings do. I don't know. Maybe they won't. But my only thought was that like if as long as we get like 2 more escapable cores like Ember and like Queen or Ember and even OD or something where it's like a little bit harder to land these gales and these big spells and the way that the fights kind of come together. The Gyro having to like run into the
10
middle of the fights. I feel like
seconds
this is the exact stomping grounds where they want to pick that hero.
5 seconds remaining.
And they've played it. I want to say they played it off lane and I believe they even played it safe lane one game.
Reserve time.
But we'll see. I'd be pretty interested to see it come out. Kind of a niche, unique pick for Wings.
None of that. As they go for it. Gyro here, is that going to be Chessy or Limp? Like, is it mid Gyro? Was a thing for complexity for a long time. I'm assuming it's just going to be the safe lane Gyrocopter with the Crystal Maiden, and you try and zone people out with Frostbite Rocket Barrage and wait and see what you pick for Limp. I really want to be putting Gyro against the Invoker mid. It tanks up a lot of the Rocket Barrage damage. With an Earth Spirit helping out with Boulder Smashes and rolls in onto the Invoker. Wings. If you go for the Veno, that means they don't really have a good reactive saving support. The line can help them TP out from lane to lane. Maybe look for the old smoke into counter gank. They did so well with the Dazzle in the previous game, saving people up and making sure complexity couldn't continue their aggression.
And they're considering all their options here. I'm really not sure what Complexity's last hero is going to end up being. I'm considering the Faceless Void
Turn
is
to
one.
ban.
I don't know if that's. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Complexity want to whip it out. We did see it earlier today, of course. Did you manage to catch that, Navi?
I caught a
whipped it
glimpse
out.
of it, yeah.
Like the build there.
The
We'll assume
Vanguard
it's still gonna be
Radiance.
swindled.
10 seconds
Wagamama
remaining.
build.
What comes to mind is going for that and then adding like a
5
slider or
seconds
something for
remaining.
swindles. Where you have that nice minus armor to actually try and do something about this bear. Especially with the Doom coming out now as well. But that's an option that's pretty deep into some teams' pockets. I do not have any personal knowledge that that's something that would be coming out here, so who knows?
Radiant
Inside though.
team
Someone to
back.
just try and interrupt this Chronosphere or copter. Typical Complexity makes me think, just looking at their heroes, I think about the Ember Spirit. But I don't know how it would match up, especially now with this Doom in the pool too. And the Lion as well. And then trying to deal with the Lone Druid.
10 seconds remaining.
A little bit spooky, isn't it?
They're in a bit of a pickle.
5 seconds
Wings
remaining.
have, so far, a stronger lineup. Laning stage and progressing through.
Reserve time.
And they want to push into
10
tier 1s and tier
seconds
2s,
remaining.
the Lone Druid Radiance. Wings, they run the safe lane, Lone Druid,
5 seconds remaining.
time, don't they?
Complexities turn
That Queen
to
of
pick.
Pain ban. They've done both as far as I'm aware. Alright, Telvin can't download replays! Thanks, Valve.
Cheers, Gabe.
Oh man, this is concerning. I really think the Queen of Pain was like the answer that many teams would have looked for there, because you just immediately think of Puck when you think of this escape all mids, but Queen of Pain's the one that
10
lacks the
seconds
control
remaining.
but adds in the damage, and when you've already rocking this phase void, you're going to be relying on
5
him,
seconds
and then of course
remaining.
Z-Freak, the master, the Earth Spirit incarnate, set everything up
Reserve
for you,
time.
so another heavy damage. I mean, you can still go for the OD, of course. Really argue with that. I still feel comfortable for that route. Maybe they will do mid and go Clinks again.
Dipping deep into their reserve time. Thinking on 10 seconds
10
remaining
seconds
now for
remaining.
complexity
Alright,
for
that's
that
my pick.
final hero. Clinks.
Clinks.
The sack.
Again, it's the Lash.
Oh,
Radiant
there's some
team
complexity
pick.
gaming.
Treant
Alright.
protector.
So who's even gonna play it? I guess Lim? Or I don't even know who's gonna be playing what now. Alright, so they've done this combo before too. The Treant adds in a little bit of their own little wombo business here.
I mean, they used to level 1 Roshan with the Lash rank last patch, didn't they? But I don't know how well that's going to work out here for them if they wanted to try that in game number 3. Treant, the final pick there for gaming. Out pretty nicely. Good held up, but no, in Europe, Trim Protector, you know, you see him maybe go brown boots first and run around and leap see people. Otherwise, you go for like the Iron Talon route and farm jungle for the first 5-6
10
minutes or so.
seconds remaining.
I wonder how they run it in China. It's been a while since
5
I've seen
seconds remaining.
Protector from them. Greedy you going to be? 'Cause he has been their 4 role, but he buys courier and stuff, so it looks like
Yeah.
he's gonna go for a noble venom actually. He wants to punch people. Off axe is gonna be a punching tree. Off lane lone druid for Shadow and safe lane Doom for Faith Beyond there. Okay. Heading towards the mid lane and stuff around. Ice has already been scouted. There's 2 observer wards. A roll from Earth Spirit scouting him out, meaning that the early vision is not going to be there for Wings. Z-Freak, make sure of that. Swindles, off lane Void. Fairy Fires this time, Stout, Tango, Salve. Yeah, Chessie, Leshrac. With no Talisman and Tangos, while Limp is being pulled Tangos here for the mid gyro. Hanscom,
Yeah, this
Crystal
is
Maiden.
the way they do her. Classic. But yeah, so the way they usually do this Treant is with the Orb of Venom, he goes into the off lane, you know, kind of hang around, like this tree thing, business, you know, going invis, forts, you can imagine this poor Crystal Maiden. Han's gonna get caught out with a couple right clicks before he can get off that frostbite. And then he went into the Vlad's blink. They did it.
Into things. Game number 3 in this best of 3. Gaming against Complexity. ESL One Manila 2016. This is Group A stage matches playing themselves through. Main event does start tomorrow. On Sunday. Already Complexity grouping up for this top rune. They did a lot of running
30
towards bottom and
seconds
trying
to
to
battle.
contest it in the previous 2 games, but it looks like they're going to try and play the safe route here, as they've got vision over the high ground from Z-Freak. There. Hang over in the trees for now. And Nature's Guy's level 1.
This is the play, man. You just run around, you punch people, you scout them out.
I mean,
Ding.
The battle begins.
he gets
Look at this.
he
Three
gets
wards.
he gets a nice ward down. I'll give him that. But no living armor and no leech seed. What is going on? You're gonna try and snipe the courier? He's gonna try and snipe the courier. It should be an early-ish bottle here out from Gyro. The build he's gone. Looks like Magic Wand is on the cards for him. Taking a beating out from Z-Freak and Hanscom. Oh dearie me. Are you still going to stick around, Nature's Guy? Just keep it going, it's clarity. Keeps him topped up on mana as well. Spindles in a 1v2. Doom and Lion up against the Space's Void. Gyro against Invoker. Looking Last hit wise, Exhort from Invoker obviously giving him a little bit of an edge with a right click attack damage. Waiting for this Treant to do something though, Moppax.
I'm gonna be so angry if he gets this courier. Totally would have seen this on a replay, just saying. This would be a very sneaky play. Yeah, it's still just sitting with the Tangos and the Clarity, or Z-Freak, so. There's the bottle. Oh, it's walking, it's a Walton. Is Hanskin gonna go and grab it is the question.
The Treant's gone! The Treant's running away! Gonna leech experience away from the Crystal Maiden, it looks like here, as Hanskin has dipped back into the jungle. The courier, it walks past. The Treant doesn't have a chance anymore, but he might have a chance to punch Hanskin down a little bit with the Orb of Venom. The damage output is pretty good. And Hanskin, he doesn't have mana for the Frostbite just yet. He'll have it in 1 second's time. This will be fine for him. He's got a Fairy Fire. He's trying to bait this one in. Trying to get Innocent's Tree a little bit deeper in here. With the Frostbite back, he sells himself up to Fallen Earth Spirit roaming across as well. But now they know. The Treant. Guy's level 1 and he's popped himself back into invisibility and will be fine. Treant had only waited 20 seconds longer, maybe even less, 10 seconds longer, he could have found that courier. Long route back to base.
Oh, maybe we'll get it to roll in. Nice.
And the courier! Oh, 2 hits! Oh, double clarities on it. That's the Treant's clarity. Z-Freak, he is hunting for this. He wants to kill it.
Oh, there's no way. There's no way they let him get that.
Little Navi Weasel.
Well, it's funny, when we talked about the level 1 Nature's Guys, I just thought to myself, I mean, if you had a jungler, that would make sense, right? But I hadn't even considered the fact that Hanske would actually be that deep doing it. Actually being A-OK on his own, getting some better levels, so worked out very well for that Treant Protector. Wasn't quite able to snag, obviously, like, he was scaling the curry and everything, but he didn't end up snagging level 2.
Windows is being drained all of his mana down the bottom lane. Ice gone for the 1-0-1 build so far. Quite annoying. You can see the adaptation here swindles with the time dilation instead of the bash. Go for a bit of that cooldown reduction. Bit of the old slow as well.
Very reminiscent of like people talking about Lion being the counter to offlane Doom because he has the low mana pool, but the low mana pool is fine because you have low mana cost. Well, it's the exact same as the new rework Faceless Void. Very low mana pool, but because your time walk is just like 40 mana, 50 for time dilation, and even with the early levels into the mana drain, Lion still makes a big dent into that.
I'm not rolling it onto meds. I think Z-Freak buy himself a smoke up or something like that soon because Radiant Vision is pretty damn good over to this side of the map. I still don't know about this ward though. Thinks that he's hiding in the fog right now, getting ready to roll in. Swings Invoker. Exactly what's going on right now. While up at top lane, Hansken still only level 1 on the Treant, so there's no real go in here. Just keeping Lone Druid for Shadow as safe as he possibly can against the Maiden Leshrac. All this nuke damage, all you need is one Frostbite to set things up and Chase runs towards your bear.
I mean, we're talking nuke damage. I feel like we should point this out in case people haven't seen this before, but this is the Limp Special, the classic. This was something that he kind of got renowned for. The Max Missile build. A glorious 1v1 build. It's so frustrating. Look at his HP pool. Boom! There's half your life gone.
Then you've got Z-Freak rolling in as well, who wants to look for this kill. Well, they've got another homing missile, they've got regen on the gyro, level 2 rocket barrage, they just need vision. The one thing that they're kind of missing out on the lane for now. Lion's even going to TP in towards mid.
Talking about spam with the CM aura.
Right.
The missile.
Lion's here with a smoke though. He TP'd back tier 3 and he's moving himself forward onto this middle lane.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
A little bit passive from both teams right now. They're to edge each other out in any way they possibly can. All these homing missiles coming in. The roll might come through now. They've got perfect vision of Z-Freak at this point. He walked into the range of the creep wave. Oka will be fine.
Taking a toll, or look at the toll on the last hit though. 30 for Limp. Almost flawless here in the mid lane. Only 17 here for our Invoker. This is the problem with this build, right? It's that transition. Next point. I don't even know if he'll go for the last point into the missile. Was Smoke? Was he trying to possibly save him as well? No, Ice just leaving. So he's going to try and go partner up with his buddy's top.
He stuck around mid for a long time, thinking the dive was coming. Faith Beyond will be up on the high ground, seeing Z-Freak come in. Earth Spirit's having a rough time finding anything, and he has put himself a smoke, so he has to go and really be almost sneaky about his movement so far, because Lone Druid has been left alone at top lane. Looking at Limp's last hits, and fair enough, he's crushing mid, he's doubling up on the Invoker. This has alleviated a lot of the pressure from the Lone Druid, so Shadow farming through nicely. Have his Hand of Midas pretty soon. Bottom lane, like, okay, he's getting last hits as well. He's the faces forward who's hit level 6.
Radiant's
Look,
middle
look at
the
tower
invoker.
is under attack.
Oh, he's behind tier 2. Can't go near the creep wave at this point, because the level 6 gyro, they're going to get the stun and the hex down for Limp. The Sunstrike is good as well. Well, Limp turns around with a cooldown. Oh, there's the entangle. Through for Shadow. Kills off the Shark. Look for Shadow now as well. The roll's not going to land on anyone, but that's easy. Frostbitten up. Still not dead. The stun's going to miss. Hanskin retreating out of the close here from the Invoker. They'll try, but they will not succeed. Z-Freak. Is there a boulder smash? There's nothing. On cooldown with a rolling boulder for 3 seconds as well. Even Chessie TP'd in to rotate onto this lane, but they lose their gyro. It looked like it could be a good turnaround from complexity, but wasn't that snap decision making.
I'm not sure if he just couldn't reach it from the high ground, but going for the Nova didn't connect on the bear as well, so wasn't able to slow that and try and create that space between it and the gyro. I think that last right click would have came out anyway unless he went for that frostbite. Losing Limp, obviously, not ideal. Chessie now coming up here, will he get rooted is the question. Oh my God,
he does. The Shadow doesn't get stunned with the Earth Spike and Sunstrike not chaining up. Chessie will be glad to leave there with his life, but look at Z-Freak positioning, looking for the kill over on the Shadow. He rolls himself forward. He'll catch Ice instead. Stuns him, kicks him back into Swindles. Where's the Chrono? Swindles aiming for it. Convolution's down as well, but the Earth Spike's back on Chessie. He'll right click and punch down into Ice. He turns back with Z-Freak. The Shadow's caught in the tree. That Chrono, and Trillian tries to turn and punch, but Lashrak comes out with a double kill, and Swindle just is not done.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Invoker dealing with North Korea here, Limp just spamming out these little missiles. Nothing big, don't worry. Just a few little test missiles.
Radiant's middle
Nevertheless,
tower is under
Invoker not
attack.
having a good time.
No, it's awful, and you never know, like, once phase boots come out, thankfully they're not there yet. The Invoker's sake, you never know when he's just gonna dive you with call down. Like, if you stay too close, then you just get called down and rock barrage and you die. And there's no safety from this. You do get hit invis if you guys are wondering. Not that it would matter, not cross Wex, but it was recently changed in case you guys are some... Because it used to miss on invis, I'm quite certain.
Yeah. There's a bunch of abilities that got changed that way as well. Like Phantom Lance used to, but now it doesn't. Valve just hates invis heroes. No gems, dust, sentries, Necro 3. How many more items do you need to see invis heroes, honestly? Baden down at bottom, 3 in the Crystal Nova. Doom has been left untouched at his bottom lane, and his net worth 3,300. Not the best, not compared to the gyro, but pushed Earth up. It's very difficult to kill him. Limp will launch the cooldown on the face beyond. He's got a TP scroll, and he might just pop this one, but the Wall Stomp and the Salve now coming through, face beyond, the Home Missiles coming in, the damage output, the Frostbite is there, the Sunstrike will not land. Like to see kill off the Doombringer, while Chessie, he's smoked up and wrapping in for this Ice kill online, and maybe even a tier 1 tower at bottom.
Yeah, that's the goal. I'm going to eliminate this bottom tower. This is the one that if you grab this as Dire side, your win rate just like whoop, right through the roof. Down as early as you can. There's a rotation top from Swindle's Chronosphere up in 15 seconds. It looks like they want more of the smoke. They don't want just the tower. Hoping for a kill here. Can they set anything up though, Chessie? That range you can see really exhibited depending on Z-Freak.
Could just make himself scarce. The hell out of that middle lane. Phase Aquila for Limp. Chessie with treads, and going up for Rip of the Magi is going to be drums, or if it's going to be a Veil of Discord or something. Got a hell of a lot of magic damage between Gyro and the Leshrac. Oh, Veil for Chessie into the Chrono or something. Demolish wings.
Yeah, I like Veil. I mean, you've got the heavy right clicks of the tree, forward spirits of the Invoker, you got the Lone Druid Bear, so all those armor stats as well will be very handy, and they really need everything they can get to burst through, not just the Bear, but that bottom, but the Bear, the Treant end, as well as the Doom. HP. Windows. Oh, they see him? Oh, no. Yeah, they see him. They see him. They're thinking it. They didn't find him, Swindles, run!
He goes.
Well, Faith's getting this with the Nature's guys.
I've got the Doom on
Tricky
Chessie.
plays.
Need a Chrono here to try and save him. Chessie All doomed up, and Olympus walks into Chrono as well. This left track, a couple more swipes, and he's dead to right. The Doom will take him down with the help of the little bear, but it turns back on the face beyond. The Doom is caught in place and taken out by the Crystal Maiden. Ace is still on though. Complexity not going to be able to catch up here to Wings, and Lone Druid, he completed his Hand of Midas now with Ice sticking around looking for that level 6. Invoker got free reign of mid, and the double Midas for Wings could start paying off really soon. Even looking for Swindles with a Sunstrike, perfect placement again. They know how to chain these really well.
And you gotta think, even just that trade of the Doom and the Leshrac can be favoring this side of Wings. Like Doom, yeah, you gain position 1 firm, but all he needs is drums, Vlads. Really relevant. And all those levels, too. It's just maxed out. So tanky, so difficult to kill. Meanwhile, Shadow's ever closing in on that relic.
And this is the thing, Lone Druid can kind of run at this Leshrac at any given point, as long as he has a person behind him. One entangle into a Sunstrike and a stun, and Chessie just dies straight up. Top 1000 HP with strength threads on. Exactly where you want to be sitting right now. The Z-Freak will run himself away from the Doombringer, gets him out of there. Lane, looking for this tier 1. Traded off already. 1500 gold on your Lone Druid after taking on the top tower, but this Edict build, level 4 in it. Living Armor and Glyph. Keeps it alive, and Edict is pretty much done for right now. Half HP, they've got the tower too. But this could be something the Wings look to defend. They've got Innocence here, not level 6 yet. There's no overgrowth. Won't be able to actually initiate into it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Looks like they're gonna go away scot-free thanks to that. That could have been a good rallying point here from the side of Wings, and they're gonna smoke up right away. Radiant Vision not spotting that out here, so Swindles is on the move. Chrono up in 12 seconds. They get their eyes on the prize, the Shadow. Fireside Vision, they don't actually see him currently, so Swindles, oh, it looks like he's gonna get out of here. Game sense here,
Oh, Chrono in 1, he's got him. Constellation's down as well, just trying to wait for the rest of his team to come in. The Chrono finally lands onto the 2 of them, and the cold down will be on the top as well. Chessie, right through with a struck. Shadow, trapped in place, trying to land a Sunstrike, down. And Swindles, time walk there.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Strike,
Lion too,
with immense force. Lion and Earth Spirit apparently had a battle down at bottom lane. What was that, Finger of Death? And Magnetize,
they were tangoing.
They traded ultis, but Lion maybe getting the better of that trade with the experience going to him. Swindles. Oh boy, overgrowth. There's the punch. Elite Seed into Chessie, but Swindles gets himself away, and this Sunstrike, where's it going to land? Where did it land? Look for Swindles on the back end, but he didn't go back for it. He went forward to try and kill off the Treant.
I'm seeing all this with this dude. Pushes that, I mean, he's gonna run into the Invoker here. Oh man, would have been pretty bad for Limp, I'd say. I guess Faith a little bit too far back. Actually capitalized on any sort of a cold snap. Now we're looking at net worth here anyway. 3 out of the top 5 along the complexity, but the Doom's not far behind, so relatively even. Overall graph just now going pretty quickly down towards complexity actually with these towers dropping.
Very quick indeed. Get 2 very big kills up the top, the Doom and Lone Druid. Is Relic just a touch. Sunstrike though again chained up nicely here from Wings as they clear up Hanskin's Maiden. Complexity. Do go for the Veil on Chessie, and I'm fully behind this. I really like it.
Especially Max Edict build. So it makes sense. Swindles beat down here in the mid lane. So does Chrono. Obviously not much of a threat. But they are wrapping on him.
Doom is there. No time left for you, my friends. And Chrono Blade and maybe a cold snap out. Swindles will drop. The TP's coming in from complexity. It's only Limp. Won't have any kind of pull there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's actually kind of interesting thing though, because Edict is physical damage, right?
No. Oh yeah, it is, right. Yeah, because it hits the towers.
So he needs the points in lightning, so it's mainly going to be Pulse Nova that gets the value out of the Veil. So they changed it, it used to be composite damage.
Yeah, it used to be, the half and half or whatever.
Yeah, half magic, half physical. I didn't get blocked by Stat Shield.
Gosh, so glad that's gone.
See, I'm not, because I spent 10 bloody years learning and interacting with it, so that was like ingrained in my memory.
They're trying to set up the combo again. Oh, is this gonna reach?
Is under attack.
Trying trying to bait him in with the bear to right here. And he's gonna come for the last hit. They actually might have been able to get it.
Hey, Mopac, where are Doom's items?
Swindle's gonna go down here.
Good on strike. Again, change it up. Mopax, where are Doom's items? Where's Doom's net worth?
That's a great question.
In 7.6k on the bear, I guess if you switched it over so Shadow gets the majority of his farm, he's nearly got his relic done. But the Doom was meant to be safe lane farming with Devour. He's only got himself drums and brown boots. Great for him, even the Faceless Void has overtaken him in net worth. I guess Chessie, kind of the weak link here for complexity in terms of itemization, just the Tread Veil, still needs to get into Yulsat to BKBs and things like that. They have a good rush-taking lineup though. Oh, the invis from Invoker. Ice Ice. Waiting patiently for his moment to shine. Jesse will probably just get out the line in a second, or no he won't. Jesse wants to set up for this Invoker kill. And he might just walk into the same little nook here that Ice Ice is standing in. They're both across from each other. One tree separates them, but Swindles is the man to maybe tank this gank or spot out Ice Ice. They see the lion, he's all alone, the Hex is there. TP scroll for Ice Ice, and he misses out on the Earth Spike, so Swindles, he's free to just run himself forward, even with his living armor. I'm pretty sure Lion is absolutely screwed. Nice, nice Z-Freak, good secure, well done mate. Kill, good hustle. Turned up just at the right time.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The thing is, he's so done his job at this point with this line. He's setting up all of these kills, nice little sun strikes, and obviously the consecutive chain stuns is giving all the space to Shadow, who just snagged up a free mid tower by the way, and has his relic and basically Radiance. About 18 minutes left time to picks it up. So bottom lane, they're after Faith. He is dusted. Kill go down.
Yeah. Well, he's done for. He's going for a blade mail, man. Doom is making a blade mail.
Good game for it. Pop it off before the chrono.
Sure it works out.
Yeah, and that high HP pool that we talked about too. Yeah, that's actually an excellent game. Oh man, this is pretty rough for complexity. I think this Radiance is just gonna crush, and that Chessie in trouble mid. They're gonna connect again. This combo is just nasty.
They make it look so easy as well. But the thing is, the placement, the positioning, the movement of these heroes is so perfect. The complexity, even with a little bit of good warding aggressively here, they don't see the heroes entering into the jungle. They've got to pay close attention to where this line is moving. Even Z-Freak is struggling with a bloody Forge Spirits now, taking him down lower and lower. Have himself Arcane.
Giant's having a massive impact this game. Like, look at these wards coming out from the Radiant side. These are almost dewarded like every single game, but all these sentries, because this damn Treant, like in these random places, killing the Doom, killing everyone else, it's not allowing them to actually use their income to try and do their typical dewarding. And that's where these picks from the line are coming from. Knowing where these rotations are, knowing who's alone. One of those very subtle differences that the heroes are making, but you can it's very evident when you look at these sentries around the map.
You take a look at the Lone Druid's damage with Alacrity on the Spirit Bearer as well. This guy does an absolute monstrous amount of damage onto these towers. Already taking the tier 2 up the top with 36 HP, and now looking for Limp with the Entangle, and straight up again, Limp is dead! A mega kill streak from Wings, and they are very good at doing this, pulling off another kill at bottom lane. Treant getting up against the little creeps there, and a good start back from Z-Freak. That Geomagnetic Grip will secure that, but it's up at top lane. Swindles with Hunskin. Shadows dropping low to kill him off as well. Nice Ice, he's going to miss the stun. Swindles dodges past it, dancing like an absolute ballerina on this Faceless Void. Trade-off is there. 3 for 2 exchange, but complexity, I'm not sure they can really pull that a fair one.
Yeah, they certainly come out, the net worth, but 1,000 gold under your Crystal Maiden, not exactly ideal. And the other problem is that that's another 100, well, maybe 80 seconds at this point for Swindles before he has another chrono. So Waynes can just step right back on the gas for more of these little ganks, these combos, maybe even like a tower push, because I think they want to fight now. They have this Blade Mail, their Invoker, he's got the boss, the Midas, he's working up right into that Aghanim Scepter. Not too far away from it at this point as well.
It's been such an easy game for the Invoker as well. His 502 had pressure applied to him in the early stages by the homing missile, but that was like a mosquito, just biting at him. It's annoying, but they didn't do too much. They didn't have any combo play, they didn't have anything to go on top of the homing missile when Invoker run himself back to tier 2 every time. Now, he's sitting at this point where he has infinite gold, infinite experience. He's level 13. He's the highest in the game pretty much on everything right now. You've got the lone druid who isn't far behind him. With his radiance.
Look at getting them out again. This guy, the bounty hunter treant player. And Z-Freak. But yeah, like the radiance, he is just getting totally out of control.
Things ramping up towards wings with the way that items are going, with the way the map's being controlled, the treant giving vision everywhere. What's the best play for complexity? They've got lots of options. Roshan is one of them. Just a little bit worried about them going in there. Where do they go?
Anywhere with an objective is ideal for them. Like Roshan, even if it's a tower push, just somewhere where placing out a sentry can get some sort of a choke point where you know where the treant protector is actually going to be. Like Roshan's actually pretty ideal. It's not going to allow the initiation from him just walking in and overgrowthing you. Looks like they're going to set up for it now. But it makes sense, right? Because you're relying on chrono. If you don't hit a decent chrono, then you're not going to win an engagement, so what better place to do it than here? Yes, they're scary on the side as well of wings, but I think it's needed right now for complexity. Like, at least they're drawing them in. Oh, they're going to lose that sentry, though.
Smoke up. The back end as well.
Wraparound play. Do they know, though? They might be ready. The treant protector here to try and break it in the front lines.
Dire's top tower
Towards
is
the
under
They're
sentries
attack.
definitely
and
ready for
everything.
this.
Oh man, I think
It's a deep wrap, though. This isn't the
Wings.
typical one.
they have the invis though, the nature's guys, they're actually pushing forward, looking for this. You're right, the deep wrap onto Shadow, the call down the land as well. But there's the Doom back on the chest, the damage up is limited, but Shadow's still not dead just yet. Never left me, he's still alive. He's kept through this team fight with living up and finally dropped there. But complexity, they've lost too much. Wings, they will take this fight. But Hanskin dying as well, and the upgrade on the Swindles, he's got no mana left, he's drained out by Ice Eyes, but another stun. Swindles is taken out. Oh, 5-man wipe, and an ultra kill for Zedwise Invoker. Complexity, they didn't know what hit them.
Yeah, great couple plays there from Wings. The Doom coming out right away to your left. Couldn't get much going out of his mana pool. I don't even think he got the Veil off. And then, of course, that Chrono, like we talked about, has to be a good one, has to be one that's going to be setting up with the multiple of the core heroes. I don't think the Lone Druid's enough.
Dire's middle tower
At
is
the very
under
least, they're able to
attack.
bring him and the Doom down, but it's a 5-man wipe, and it's going to end up being a tier 1 tower, and
Dire's
potentially even the
structures
Roshan.
are fortified.
As not having that Chrono Spear, how are they ever going to fight
Under
that?
attack.
It's really impossible.
Now complexity getting further and further behind. Blink on your Invoker. 5k net worth deficit, about 5k
Dire's
experience.
bottom tower has been
Trips as
denied.
well in favor of Wings. Ice with a blink on Lion and Z-Freak. Earth Spirit still trying to catch up to his counterparts. And Doom! Blink and Blade Mail now. Apparently, Moppax, Faith Beyond doesn't like upgrading his boots. In game number 1, he was a Tide Hunter with what, drums and brown boots, with Blink, Shiver's Guard, Force Staff. Didn't upgrade his boots. Now he's a Doombringer with Blade Mail, drums, Blink Dagger, upgrading his boots. What? He was playing. What was he playing game 2? Was it Beastmaster game 2? Jungle Beastmaster, wasn't it?
I think so.
He didn't upgrade his boots in that, I'm pretty sure. Brown boots, Necro 3 Blink.
Oh my god, is he doing it again? This Lion, dude. Ice. Guy's
Still-
a player.
To life with the living armor. The stuns were good, but not good enough.
You
Pride.
remind me of someone.
I mean, it's admirable either way. No, it's been enough damage though. I mean, is he level 11? Oh, he's level 12.
Oh, Chessie. The damage here from the Invoker. There's no Aegis though, and Swindles with a good 2-man Chrono down. Palm Dilation is down as well. Faith Beyond dropping low with a good Bolt Blast across the 2 of them as well. Magnetize is dropped here, and Invoker is dropping very low. And with this freezing field from Hanskin, trying to zone the rest of them out. Why? Oh, he is gone. The godlike streak taken by Z-Freak. Shadow and Innocence in the back end as well. Lift striping through here. Shadow. This is Wings' turn to get wiped. Complexity only lose
What?
Chessie. And that one aggressive play they make into the hands of
Radiant's top
Swindle
tower is
Malones.
under attack.
At Chrono set things up perfectly for Complexity to run straight on through them, and here's a Roshan for them.
So is this just Wings not capitalizing on what they were given in terms of like winning that fight and not going for anything themselves, and then suddenly I don't even know how that got turned around into a 5-man wipe. Everyone was kind of doing the old walk-in 1-by-1 kind of situation. The overgrowth was held to the very last second, trying to save out that one druid. You had it like, and it actually didn't even set out that well. Like the chrono wasn't ideal, obviously, because it was like a kind of a catch as Chessie just died. Huntskin came in without even enough mana to use the freezing field. He just stand there for like 3 seconds, just like pressing R. You could see him like in the perfect spot, just not even moving. By the time he got off, he barely even did anything. But Zephyr with that first initial chase down to bring down the Invoker. Very solid play there. They'll snag up that Aegis, gonna throw it on top of Lynn.
Radiant's
The
bottom
Manta style
tower
first.
is under attack.
Come out, you know, up against this Doom, pop that thing, of course, the Chance, obviously the other big one for the Entangle.
Did we touch on Hanskin's Midas?
No, we didn't. I just spotted it as well when they were rushing.
I saw him
It
pick
was
it
that
up.
1100 gold that he had.
He bought it like a while ago, like 7 minutes ago, 8 minutes ago. I bought it pre-20 minutes, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was after that fight, top. It was up here when he ended up getting all the bounty from killing the lone druid, I think it was. He ended up with like 1100 gold. So at that point, it's a Crystal Maiden.
KB finally up for Limp Manta. Black King Bar. Magic Community is there. This Invoker who has Ags, Blink, Boots of Travel. And bringing his 4 spirits out, looking to push out his bottom lane. On Druid, pulled a little bit in his farm progression. 27 minutes in, he was looking super hot. Currently, slowed down a touch with just Vlads and Radiance, no Hyperstone, no build up into the Assault Cuirass. Ice Lion. 1, 6, and 8. But that score, it doesn't compare to the impact this line has had.
Catch that little dust there from Swindles.
No?
We're just like running through the jungle. Swindles just suddenly time walks and dust. Hoping that Spidey sense was tingling, but it was incorrect.
He felt the tree.
Ooh.
Dire's
Rod
bottom
for
tower
Chessie.
is under attack.
Kind of see it every now and again up against the bear.
Bit. Counts.
What is innocence?
Oh. The lens.
Do that.
It's got to be. Like, what else? What else do you buy on a treant with a Ring of Hell? Crimson Guard?
I mean, I would guess like
Just all biz.
pipe.
Oh yeah, I
Got
But then with Pipe you go for Cloak first, like 9 times out of 10, right? Swindles, you're gonna get comboed here. No, he's not. Time walk away, and it's easy to save himself. Rest of Complexity, they are balling it up towards this middle tier 2. Swindles always been jumped and doomed, and now it looks like he will pay for his insolence. Taken out by Wings. Chan. He just gets taken away in 2 minutes time. Limp maybe wants to try and secure something with this and the DD rune that he's still got for another 10-15 seconds as well. They'll get the tier 2. But I think we have to come back and defend this one. The blinks away from the rest of Wings will send them to safety. Complexity being dragged around this map, little by little. It's starting to show.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And they have some new aggressive vision though, so maybe once Swindle's back up, and capitalize on that one, possibly even the one they have up here. Bear picking up that Hyperstone. He says gets richer and richer. Oh, they now see a gem as well in the Lion. And look where he is roaming.
Our Observer Ward sees every step of the movement though.
I love that.
Like, Invoker's trying to build into a Black King bar of his own against this Earth Spirit. Gyro. Get yourself up and deal with that magic damage somehow.
Radiant's bottom
Link
tower is
finally
under
up for
attack.
Swindles as well. You can get that perfect initiation onto the back lines here of Wings. Really try and find the Doom or the Lion or someone that's waiting to try and counter initiate, then got the fight off nicely for him.
Radiant's bottom
Innocence is still in his
tower
bottom
has
lane. He's got 1,000 gold, and we're still yet to see exactly what he's buying. But oh, look at this up the top, Swindle. He has 7 seconds until the blink is back up. 5 until he can jump in. He'll go now with a time walk. He doesn't need the blink dagger and the freezing field on the back end. Huntsman immediately stunned and hexed and killed off. He's taken out the game with the tornado as well. Limping trying to battle through the bear, but the damage is too great for him. The DKB's doing a good amount, but is it going to be enough? They've found Shadow. They've got the one kill they wanted. But Limping's going to get sunstruck into oblivion by the Invoker. The agency model will bring it back to life in a second, and Space Jam trapped in place, and Z-Freak's got his number. Even with the living armor, you cannot sustain through that damage. And once again, Complexity on the back of Swindles, his big chronos, win another team fight.
Thank you, Core Crystal Maiden. That Blinks and Finger, I think, was used on the Crystal Maiden there. Oh, I think you consider your job done.
Blink.
Your support who presses R.
Blink, Hex, Stun, Finger, Tornado. You needed a lot to bring her
I think
down.
that works. And then everything else just going, like, running free. Obviously, that first big BKB from Limp playing a big part in that fight, and in fact, the Aegis, but when you're committing all of that on top of Crystal Maiden and you don't even get off the Doom, like there's any way they can take that, so transition right into the tower.
Radiant's top tower
He's
is
here,
under
so
attack.
pop that Edict. Want to work, and look at that thing drop. Every fight is certainly going to be an objective here inside of Complexity.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
There's no glyph here, but tier 3 is difficult. Push it up onto. Surround up on top lane. A little bit too long. No, Ice not going to catch him with the Blink Hex or anything like that. Spindles. Have his Manta Star soon, while Hanskin's actually stacking up this ancient camp.
Dire's bottom tower is under
For the Gyro to come back in and clear through. Jan. Big objective here for
He's gonna have
Complexity in a little while.
Is money.
I almost got the Doom. They do have radiant vision here. Are they going to go for a smoke plate in there? You'd think with this aggressive vision and the way they position, they might. However, this horrid, not obviously spawning up the train. I think it's on the Doom. No, they're safe. You look at Swindles, the squad. They're grouping up here up top lane. Now they are all scattered out here.
3 cores.
And- yeah, exactly. So you know that's where they want to go. But they also know this from side of Complexity because they've seen them walking through this board so many times.
The 2 supports are sat mid. Finally, the Forge Spirit will get what it came for, which is Hanskin's freezy projectiles thrown onto it. There is going to be the pipe Innocences binding that on the tree, and so you were correct. Not that. Done now.
Good. Getting very worried. I'd be pretty concerned if he whipped out an Aether Lens. Things would be seriously wrong with this hero. Became a suddenly viable option, I would think here. That bear gun, did you get into that AC? Close.
BKB's done finally for that Doombringer. It's just such an awkward moment for both teams. Complexity, they want to really push forward with this early game aggression, but kind of failed to capitalize on until the last 5-6 minutes or so. And their break with these big old chronos, but can you always rely on Swindles to hit these? Jump forward, and you definitely cannot when he absolutely airballs one. The Doom from face behind not going to come through. The Savage Roar though from Shadow will cancel TP out. Now the Doom on the Swindles. He's caught completely with his pants down, and at this point you have to stand and accept your fate as Z-Freak and Swindles will both lose their lives. And I don't know if it's a bit of a caster's curse there, but you could see what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was aiming for. The 2 heroes just offset from the chrono. So unfortunate from Swindles.
Yeah, sometimes you get a little bit greedy. You know, you go for that perfect play. Not that you have much choice. You had to go for both of them in that situation. It's call one. It's going to be a good chrono because the other one's going to shut you out. Achieving your goals, so they'll just wander themselves right in the pit. Again, without this Agnum Scepter build that we've been seeing from Swindles today, it does just mean that like you feel so free for 100 seconds.
Hey up, Jesse. And the Tornado and Nightfall as well, just like already landed, and in comes Invoker. Jesse, absolutely shredded. A minute without him, the buybacks, well, the BKBs were popped, but there's no buyback here. The Leshrac on Complexity have lost 3 of their heroes in quick succession, as well as Aegis of the Immortal being picked up by the Lone Druid. Has a full Assault Cuirass and another 1300 gold saved up and ready to spend.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And momentum that was swinging Quebec's way has completely blown back the other. Because I'm approaching into that like 4K lead for them. Dot back into the side for Wings. Still a very close game, both sides. The key heroes, of course, gonna end up being your Invoker as he gets bigger and bigger into these items. Gibby. Gold, man, he is cash rich right now. Going to that, probably Octarine Core with the general flow of the game right now. Already has his Blink. Be the most logical item, unless he wants like a. Nah, they already have an AC, so yeah, I think it just makes the most sense.
I want to see the efficiency play from him. I want to see him put the Midas on the courier, buy the Octarine Core when he can. Yeah, buyback. Once there's buyback and Octarine Core, which is like 700 gold away. Put the Midas on the courier and then like swap it back and forth. Just the Midas actually flowing with the gold income. You don't need to sell it right now. Perfectly fine, just look at that, de-warding away as well with the gem there. Gonna sell the Midas, sell the drums for Octarine. Doesn't have buyback. Kind of interesting.
Actually kind of changed my mind on that one. I wonder now, when I look at Complexity's draft, I think, imagine a refresher, because Complexity have a lineup that has to win one team fight. They have 90-second cooldown on Freezing Field, and they have 100-second cooldown on Chronosphere. And those abilities get used, that is their fight. And that seems to be the kind of fight that you want the refresher build instead, right? Where you're just winning that one team fight every time that it matters. And unless Complexity can somehow amass all their units once again and come at you a second time before your refreshers back up, which they can't, just off of one hero's cooldown, assuming a single person dies, refresher might actually be more value in the game, like in a lot of ways, especially with a BKB. Obviously, Octarine Core, if the game's going to be going longer, the efficiency over time of an Octarine Core is insane when you're considering every single spell, every single split push, every single blink. It gets to massive peaks, and then you can just go for the refresher next time.
All of a sudden, it's kind of high ground defensive time here from Complexity. Dealing with Aegis, Living Armor, Preempts, Pipe completed, and now Sage's Mask is over in his stash for God knows what reason. What will he be buying? Solar Crest, I guess? Solar Crest is pretty good here. Don't strike. Your Void. You've used your Doom, and that was an illusion. While Swindles is chuckling to himself over in the trees here. Heh, my plans, they all worked out. Actually looking for this Chrono, but he's got no follow through. The rest of his team are smoking up into Dire jungle. And probably aiming. Come down here and meet up with Swindles. The moment has kind of passed. Unless Wings stick around a little bit too long, they'll arm up this little medium camp. Innocence will be able to scout out if he just stays on top of that ramp. He's invis, limp, gets revealed up on the high ground, face down, pops his BKB, tries to mount the forward, just limp, but where's the Chrono? Where's the jump from Swindle? He's on the back end, aiming for the lone druid. He catches him alone, but there comes the Doombringer. Trying to look for a target, but Shadow still dropping low. The magic comes through for Jesse. They're taking him down slowly but surely. He still stands up on him though and limp. He is destroyed. This poor little Gyro has nothing left in the world to call his own. As Wings Gaming, they run rampant through the team fight. One after the other. Swindle's left standing still, but Jesse's running out of mana, running out of health as well. And he's stunned up into oblivion, into death, and into their graves. Swindle, you can't even fight against Shadow. This lone druid will tear you a new one. Z-Freak tries his best to Glimmercape, going to still back out with a boulder smash as well. But there's more vision, they know he's there. The gem on the line and a deafening blast finally through from the Invoke Wall. Secure him a triple kill. Swindles, last man standing. You went for the solo Chrono onto the lone druid, but Wings made you pay.
And we talked about this physical damage, right? Trying to deal with this bear, trying to deal with Doom heading into the later parts of the game, and it looks so much like last game as well, where everything was just relying on one hero. It's the Clinks then, and now it's the Gyrocopter. And all this magic damage, the Crystal Maiden from the Earth Spirit, it is all lovely, but the HP pools are huge at this point. 2,700 on the bear itself, and if Lone Druid goes in that true form, of course, he gets even tankier, up and around 2k. Even the Invoker with the Octarine Core, 2,500, like it just makes this build so much more value as well. So all they have to do is just focus him down every single time. Get rid of that Gyrocopter. And I look Swindle's Chrono, that's such a tough one, because he throws it here, because you're going to get the bear, and he also knows he's cutting off the path of the Invoker who was here. So his blink was on cooldown, he had to wait a little bit before he came in, he just kind of threw like an awkward meatball, but in the end, still not enough if you're only chronoing the Lone Druid, I think, despite pathways being blocked off, especially when it's just So
back
then,
and forth for a little bit, but Wings, they've secured themselves 10k net worth lead, 5k experience lead. The Lone Druid stacked, the Invoker is close to 6 slotted. Very close to 6 slotted. Complexity, their best chance. Now, well, D3 has no chance now.
this can't happen. They need the high ground defense of all 5 heroes.
Exactly.
Crumble
Oh,
the
and
game.
Swindles, he has buyback. Swindles does have buyback, and the Doom pops his BKB as well as his ultimate for that one. This is so rough for them because do now really defines whether they can stay in the game or if they lose the game. Actually, they defend high ground, or they go for like some really ballsy smoke aggressive play outside their base to try and stop this, but the raw push comes straight on through.
I'm trying to think of a constant make some sort of item purchase to make some sort of a play here, but they have both gems on the line. Double vision.
The Void does fly back, but look at where Faithian is standing, the blink away from Swindles. Sends him to safety. The tier 3 drops and there's no damage here structurally. The rest is Complexity's base. Boka trying to get himself further and further away from this stupid little homing missile, and he gets plinked on the backside by that one. Oh, Complexity is scouted. Radiant Observer would seize their movement down towards this Roche Pit area. Sun's not alive though, they were just kind of securing farm for Limp and getting Chessie that green core.
Illusion.
And now the refresher coming out here. This is so terrifying on this Invoker. He has to get chronoed. There is just no way you're going to win this fight if he's not chronoed. I think that is fair to say. KB, it's completely up to Swindles. And he needs to be chronoed, and at the same time, Hanskin, he needs a BKB. He needs to sell his Midas and buy one. I think at this point. I don't know how relevant his buyback's going to be, right?
Kind of a one and done hero.
But there's so many things also just go right through it, right? If he just gets entangled by the Lone Druid, and then of course if he gets Overgrowth, post BKB or something by the Trained Protector. It has to be that big symphony of skills here from the side of Complexity, and it's so tough. It's going to rely on one of those high ground mistakes from Wings, but they're probably thinking about that much more than the mistakes they made previously.
And they have a no-loss strategy here to push lanes. Spirit Bearer is there towards mid, tanking up creep waves, burning through with the Radiance. Already pushed out bottom lane with like 4 spirits and a bit of help from Lion. Wings. Only if they knew what was on top of this high ground here. Limp. Spotted? He did, he's pinged out. Chessie on his high ground, he's going to reveal the smoke. Did they have a jump forward? Tornado catches on to 2 of them with a meatball. Definitely blast not there. The Chrono took the Swindle, but he's got no mana left. And magic damage first from Chessie. He's starting this off with Invoker. He's just tanking through it all. The BKB finally coming through. The upgrade is there. The refresher from Deadwise. Another Misha. Another Deafening Blast. 3 are dead from coL. Looking for the 4th on Hanskin. And last man standing, guess who it is? The ultra kill from Wings on that Invoker will only miss out on Swindle's Faceless Void.
19, 1 and 8. That's kind of wrong. All 3 games, Invoker, first pick for them. Guy, man, he shows off the 0.
Absolutely spectacular from him, and they know no buyback on the Void anymore, no buyback on Crystal Maiden. They can guess there's maybe no buyback here for the Leshrac or the Gyro, the way they're not using it and holding on to this for a long time. We'll take down a second lane of racks here for their troubles as well down the bottom. Ice Ice, Glimmer caped up, looking aggressively for a play onto anyone he can possibly find, removing Swindles or Hanskin. On this team fight is pretty big for them if they can do it, but they're going to go for the Discipline route, go for the tier 3 and rack up a top lane and just secure mega creeps here against Complexity. Because coL, they've struggled crossing the river with normal creeps, they're struggling up against megas as well. Where Swindles, down he goes. But the TP coming in from Chessie, Z-Freak is already dropped, but the Deafening Blast there. Chessie walks into the ice wall, but yep, he is absolutely rogered. The damage output from Wings is too strong at this point. They push themselves into the invasion, Lifting Blast stand saloon here for him, but the Sunstrike, beyond godlike Invoker, give him the kill on the Crystal Maiden as long as he bloody deserves it.
I watched this Wings lineup, and it's like a little xylophone of players. Where like throughout the game, each one of them is like striking that perfect balance, like that moment for them. Like early on, you have the Treant Protector scouting everything out, checking out these lanes, and then into that very early phase from like 8 to 15 minutes, the Lion just wandering around, setting up all these kills. Sunstrike with the Lone Druid, and every single time it was like Earthspike into the Hex, the Sunstrike, and the Lone Druid got like half the kills somehow with the Bear right at the end. And it just helped them build into that Radiance so quick.